Howdy there, folks. Welcome to part 33 of Pokemon Red. So, now that we have successfully saved Saffron City from Team Rocket, the evil clutches of the Pokemon Mafia, we're going to go ahead and tackle the other gym of Saffron City. And as this guy has just told us, this gym is the Psychic-type gym. Logic would tell you that would make this the most powerful gym, since Psychic-type Pokemon are the most broken type in the game. Well, that being said, I actually don't think this gym's as hard as Koga's. Yeah, I'm serious. Koga's gym, I think, is the real Psychic gym. All the jugglers have Psychic Pokemon. Not everybody in this gym uses Psychic Pokemon, whereas everyone in Koga's gym does. So, yeah. Anyway, we're facing off with Slowpoke. We haven't seen Slowpoke for a little while, have we? It's still the same thing, pretty much. I made a very stupid choice here by having Hitmonchan start off the battle. I mean, I shouldn't even be using Hitmonchan at all. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but... Anywho, I'm confident Hitmonchan can handle a Slowpoke at this point. Maybe. It'd be nicer if he could use Strength instead of Comet Punch, but, well, whatever. Slowpoke, rather, is almost down, so... Not too much to worry about, I guess, you know. It's a Slowpoke. I love it. It's pink, it's spaced out, it's a freaking awesome Pokemon. Strength is still disabled, so I have to keep up with the comic punching, and yeah. Seriously though, I'm getting pretty lucky here. He hasn't used the Psychic-type attack at all. He's used Water Gun, which hurt pretty bad, but no confusion, much to my shock and surprise. And it used Growl, which is gonna be annoying. But we can use Strength now, so who cares? Oh, Strength is so much motherfucking better than Comic Punch. Good God, I hate Comet Punch in this. But we now get to see Slowbro. Slowbro, if you can't guess from its appearance, is the evolved form of Slowpoke. It is very motherfucking strong, even though it's not using a Psychic-type attack on me still. I'm getting pretty lucky here. But yeah, it's got a ton of HP, really high special stat, decent attack stat, actually. Its worst stat is obviously going to be its speed, but it's so beefy in every other aspect that it is a fantastic Pokemon in this game. It's also one of the most interesting Pokemon because, Slowpoke technically evolves, at least according to the anime/cartoon, whichever you want to call it. Slowpoke technically evolves when a Shellder bites onto its tail. And as you can see from this picture, there's some weird thing biting onto its tail. Is that another Pokemon? Shellder evolves into Cloyster, so is that a Cloyster? It looks nothing like Cloyster or Shellder, so is that a completely new Pokemon? Is Slowbro technically considered two Pokemon? It's one of the more confusing but interesting Pokemon in the game. And in the whole Pokemon universe. Not very many Pokemon have history like that. Like, have that kind of setup where it's like, is it two Pokemon? Is it one? Is the one on its tail some unknown kind of Pokemon? But yeah, I really love Slowbro. It's another one of my favorite Pokemon. You know, it's pink. That automatically boosts it up to one of the favorites. You know, that power alone isn't enough. You know, that's very ironic. Coming from a Psychic. Psychic-type Pokemon are all about the power, but we get to see another Psychic-type Pokemon that, even though it's pink, I fucking hate with a passion. We get to see frickin' Mr. Mime. You can actually obtain a Mr. Mime where in the house that you get the move Flash at, or right around that area, I think, by trading an Abra for a Mr. Mime. I fucking hate Mr. Mime. Look at it. It is a fucking creepy-ass Pokemon. Good God, it's a mine. It doesn't look like it belongs in the Pokemon universe. It is fucking creepy. I hate Mr. Mime. The only Pokemon in this game, this first generation, that I think compares to Mr. Mime's creepiness is another Pokemon that we'll see at some point in the future called Jinx. Seriously, those are like the two creepiest fucking Pokemon in this game. And Mr. Mime is one of the Pokemon I hate the most, even today as of 2013, with Generation 5, Generation 6 not being out yet. Mr. Mime is one of my least favorite Pokemon ever. I hate Mr. Mime, and I don't care for Jinx either, but I'd still take a Jinx over a Mr. Mime. Anywho, Mr. Mime usually throws up the move Barrier, which is the same thing as Agility or Swords Dance. It raises its defense 2 stages. So that means that it can technically take physical attacks rather well. So I actually had to use the opposite and use special attacks. Except I was using Drowsy, so I was using Dream Eater, but whatever. This takes us to Kadabra, which we've already seen so many times. We know what Kadabra's all about. It's fast, hits really fucking hard, and it has a mustache. Hey, Drowsy hit level 36. Huzzah! And with that, the Psychic is now defeated. No way! I don't believe this! Come on, Drowsy, evolve! Ah, damn you, Drowsy! Please, evolve! So yeah, evidently this gym completely beat the living shit out of the fighting dojo that we already battled way back when. And that dojo apparently lost its gym status. I find that rather amusing, and I have no doubt that Saffron City's 2 gym setup thing is what a certain episode in the cartoon/anime is based off of. In the cartoon/anime, there's an episode where there's a town with 2 different gyms. These 2 gyms are battling each other, fighting really crazy. And it's Electabuzz versus Scyther, and it's fucking crazy. They're battling to see which will become the official gym of that town, and oh my god, that's a great episode to watch. You and I shall have our Pokemon fight! Quah! So yeah, we're facing off with another one of the Quah ladies. And she sends out Ghastly. We really haven't seen Ghastly in a while, but it's the exact same thing that it was back in Lavender Tower, except that it knows the move Hypnosis now. I don't think anything else has changed aside from that, so, you know. Plus, we're so much more well-prepared for Psychic, for Ghost/Poison type. Our Drowsy knows the move Psychic, it knows Dream Eater. We have other Pokemon that are more than capable of taking out Ghost/Poison type, so nothing to worry about. At level 37, Drowsy tries to learn Meditate, which I very strongly recommend against ever using or getting, because Drowsy's a Psychic-type Pokemon that is a special attacker. You should be focusing more on its overwhelming special attack rather than its subpar physical attack. So, Meditate doesn't really fit Drowsy very well at all. Oh boy, a Haunter. See, there's Hypnosis. I mentioned this way back in Lavender Tower, but Haunter is motherfucking fast. And so, there's no way Drowsy's gonna be able to outrun it. No way. I'm fairly certain it's gonna knock Drowsy out. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Fucking love the Pokeflute, though I wasted a turn here. I should have used the potion first. Haunter still knows Nightshade, which means it's going to do 33 points of damage. In case you've forgotten, it is the exact same thing as Seismic Toss, only it's Ghost type, technically, though that doesn't amount to anything. But anywho, we're going to send out Golbat, because something I didn't mention back then in Lavender Tower is that Flying type moves are physical based, and they actually hit Ghost Pokemon. So Golbat's move Wing Attack is like the best bet I have right now for Haunter. Just because, no it is, because Drowsy went down, I no longer have any Bug type moves or anything strong against Poison. So yeah, Wing Attack, fantastic. So, if you want to use a physical attack against Ghost-type Pokemon in this generation, I think only Ground, maybe. Rock, and Flying. I think those are the only types. Oh, and Bug. I should stress, Bug-type is also physical, I believe. But yeah, those are the types that you should use against Haunter or Ghastly, if you want to take advantage of its subpar physical stats. And we're going to go ahead and throw Golbat into the leadoff position. I have no idea why, because, once again, Golbat is weak against Psychic-type Pokemon. So it's really a bad choice on my part. I have no idea what I was thinking, but whatever. Pokemon take on the appearance of the trainers? I think that's BS. I don't recall that ever. I don't recall that ever being the case. But anyway, it's a level 38 Haunter. Same deal as last time. Fortunately, Golbat is so motherfucking fast that there's no way Haunter's ever going to catch up to it. And I still love that. I haven't said that in forever, but I love it when they hit themselves in confusion, when they're confused. It is just so fucking satisfying. But when they use Hypnosis, it's not. However, though, if you have the Pokeflute by now, because you can actually do this before you get the Pokeflute. If you have the Pokeflute by now, though, then, sleep means absolutely nothing in this game. Nothing. It amounts to nothing. Which is fan-fucking-tastic. I love the Pokeflute in this game. But anyway, we just have to finish off the Haunter now. Come on, Golbat, you can do it. Come on, tell me that finishes it. Huzzah! And down it goes. We defeated the Channeler. And apparently she knew it. I must teach better techniques to my Pokemon. Quah! I don't understand why they say Quah in Lavender Tower. These ones aren't actually saying Quah. That's just me doing that. As you obviously aware. I mean, why am I saying that? You already know that. But anywho, this is the second to last trainer, I believe, in Saffron City Gym. There aren't very many trainers in this gym. But because I don't have the tiles memorized, I end up battling all of them. But anywho, after taking out the Ghastly and the Haunter, this Channeler's down. She's relatively easy to take out. Not good enough. That's right. In a battle of equals, the one with the stronger will wins. If you wish to beat Sabrina, focus on winning. Well, why wouldn't I be focusing on winning? Saffron Pokemon Gym is famous for its psychics. If you want to see Sabrina, I can tell. Okay, why else would I be here if I didn't want to see the gym leader? Why else would I come into this gym with all you annoying people and your fantastic Slowpoke and Slowbros and your creepy-ass Mr. Mimes if I didn't come here to see the gym leader? For a psychic, you're pretty fucking stupid. Anywho, we're having Wartortle face off with the Slowbro. Technically, if this trainer had better moves on Slowbro and wasn't using shitty ones like Withdraw, Slowbro would probably wipe the floor with Wartortle. Slowbro, if it knows the move Psychic, it would definitely be Wartortle. But fortunately, I don't know if his knows Psychic or not, but he never used it. Seismic Toss is a fantastic move against Slowbro because Slowbro is a very beefy Pokemon. It has a very high special stat and a decent physical defense stat, rather. So it's an all-around fantastic Pokemon, and Seismic Toss, because it always does the same amount of damage as what your level is, it's a great move for it. Anywho, as everyone should, I go visit the Poke Center before battling Sabrina. My team is fully healed. I am fully prepared to take on the Psychic Gym Leader. I had a vision of your arrival. I had psychic power since I was a child. I first learned to bend spoons with my mind. I dislike fighting, but if you wish, I will show you my powers. So, yeah. Sabrina has a fucking whip. I've mentioned this so many times, but I fucking love the whip. I fucking love that she has that. Anywho, it's Kadabra. In the cartoon/anime, Sabrina and the Psychic Gym are probably the creepiest fucking gym that you ever see in the first season of the anime. And yes, Kadabra knocked Hitmonchan out with one fucking attack. Sabrina is definitely tougher than Koga. It's not going to quite seem like it, because I'm a lot stronger than I was when I faced Koga, but oh no, she is a shitload tougher than Koga. So, Kadabra, as I've said before many times, it's fast, it hits really hard. You're going to want to put it to sleep, or an even better strategy that I recommend is using some move that paralyzes Kadabra, because that'll cut its speed down. Kadabra also knows the move Recover, which restores half of its max HP. This is very fucking annoying. Even worse than the move Rest that Snorlax knows. Or that you could teach to your Pokemon with the TM from the SSN. Because Recover, they don't go to sleep afterwards. Yeah, they only restore 50% of their max HP, but the thing is that most of the time it takes at least 2 attacks to knock out a Pokemon. Which means that you're going to be able to keep using Recover. It has 20 PP. It is overwhelmingly good of a healing move, because there's only 2 healing moves in this game. Well, not counting moves like Absorb, Mega Drain, Leech Life. I mean moves that are just strictly healing. You healing yourself without hurting the enemy. But anyway, we take on Mr. Mime. Definitely her weakest Pokemon, hands down. If it doesn't throw up Barrier, I recommend Headbutt over using Dream Eater. If you're using a Drowsy and it's just like my Drowsy, that is. Physical attacks I recommend against Mr. Mime unless it throws up Barrier. If it starts throwing up 2, 3 barriers, then you're going to want to switch over to special attacks. Because even though they're technically not going to hit as hard as physical attacks would, because Mr. Mime has boosted its defense so heavily, it's very hard to KO with the physical attacks. Mr. Mime shouldn't give you any real trouble, though. And now we get to see the only Pokemon in her team that is not actually Psychic type. It is Bug/Poison, I think? I'm fairly certain it's Bug/Poison. But it is Venomoth. It still knows Psychic attacks. Don't get confused about that. It still knows Psychic attacks, but as you can see, it is weak against Psychic. However, though, her Venomoth knows the move Leech Life, which is super effective against Psychic-type Pokemon. I had bad luck there because I got hit with, I think, 2 critical hits. Normally, that doesn't hit anywhere near hard enough to finish you off. To finish off a Psychic Pokemon, you can probably KO the Venomoth before it can KO you. Oh boy. I hate it when that happens. I love it when whoever I'm facing hurts themselves in confusion, but I hate it when I do it to myself. I hate it. But anyway, it is also weak against Fire-type attacks, so if you have a Fire Pokemon, that's a good backup for Venomoth. Ultimately, her Venomoth is probably her second easiest. Maybe. It's probably tied with Kadabra. Because it's still relatively tough. It's not as overwhelming for some reason. At least I've never found it as overwhelming. And yes, I'm aware that as I say this, I'm getting the living shit kicked out of me by it. But anyway. With Venomoth now down, we get to see the real problem with Sabrina's Pokemon. Alakazam. We saw Blue use Alakazam in the last part. But anyway, Alakazam is even stronger, even faster than Kadabra. It still knows Recover. It knows Psychic. I believe hers knows Recover, Psychic, Psybeam, and Psywave. I'm fairly certain. And it hits so fucking hard. It's overwhelming. Psychic-type Pokemon are very fucking broken. I'm doing my best to show you this without putting myself into a dangerous spot. I do something stupid, and I don't know why I do this, but I use Surf. Don't do that. Physical attacks are your best friend. In this situation, Seismic Toss is the way to go. Fortunately, she starts using the move Psywave, which fucking blows. It is fucking terrible. It is a horrible fucking move. But anyway, I start using Bite after I'm like, what the hell am I doing using Surf on it? Bite is good, but I recommend Seismic Toss more, because it's gonna do better. Anywho, though, yeah, because Psychic-type Pokemon don't have a real weakness other than Bug-type moves, which there are so few good Bug moves out there. And what's more, even less Bug Pokemon that know these Bug moves, to where you're gonna be able to take out the Psychic-type before she knocks you out. Oh, evidently, she either doesn't know Recover, or she doesn't know Psychic. Anyway, Reflect, I've already said what it does. It halves or so physical attacks. Once again, this is something that makes Seismic Toss fucking epic. It's not affected by those moves. I should have been using Seismic Toss from the get-go. But with that, her Alakazam is KO'd. All I can suggest here is use strong physical attacks, use beefy Pokemon, bring some healing items, everything that you can do to stay alive. The Marsh Badge makes Pokemon up to level 70 obey you. Stronger Pokemon will become wild, ignoring your orders in battle. Okay, she says that, but there's no realistic way you're going to have level 70 Pokemon by here. Anyway, she gives us TM46, which is Psywave. It's fucking worthless. I'm Gene the Pink Panther. Stay tuned for the next part. See ya!